Hey guys, yes, it's me. Don't be shocked. I'm back. And this time I'm back for good. No. Last time I recorded was in January 2025, and it is April 27th, 2025. And so much has changed, and so much things are a little different. I don't know. I've just been changing here lately and trying to be a better person and be a better mother and be, with my walk with God. And I've been going to church every Sunday, and I'm getting baptized on Mother's Day, so I'm real excited about that. I don't know. Had like sort of an ego death where the person who I thought I was, um, I just didn't want to be that anymore. And this past year, I had let so much of the devil inside me that I started like getting excited about, male attention. And we all know that that's never been me prior to this past year. We all know that it's something I just started with all the attention I was getting online. It kind of took over and consumed me. And if you're not healed and you have abandonment wounds and you have all kind of things that you deal with on a daily basis, mental illness, all this, not making an excuse, I'm just saying, it can make you do things that you would thought you would never do. And I'm one of those people. But the good thing is that I know how to take accountability. I'm very self-aware and I'm learning from my mistakes, and I will not be who I was this past year, meaning my attention seeking for men, needing male validation, needing a man just to be able to distract myself. I'm past that now. I think I've met, and I mean this, some of the worst men of my life on dating apps. It's just something that I am staying away from. And I realized that I can't keep praying to God and telling him to please bring me a good man if I'm constantly searching for one. How can he bring me a good man if I'm out looking for one or trying to make it work with one that I know that it's never going to work with? So moving forward from this, I've just decided I'm not going to no longer do dating apps. And I know we've heard this before, guys, but stick with me on this one. I really ain't. I'm really done. I'm done with pleasing people that you just can't please. And I'm really done with, I don't know, just trying to be something I'm not. I am me, 100%. And that means a lot of different things to a lot of different people. But to me, being me is staying authentic to myself. I'm joyful. I'm funny. I'm happy now. I don't really need to look into somebody else to find my happiness, because I'm getting to a point where, you know, I'm just doing better for myself. I've been sleeping better. When you take out negative people from your life, like I've had in this past, it kind of just reliterates things for you and makes you, want to do better. You don't realize you're in a toxic situation until you get out of it and get some clarity. And the men that I have met in this past year were the most toxic men I've ever met. And I allowed it because I thought, hey, I have something. So this could be something. This could be something. When something doesn't work out the first time, you need to hear that and stay with that and leave it. You need to leave it. If it's not suiting you, if it's not for you, you need to leave it. And that is my problem, is that I was praying for God to bring me a good man. And any time a man popped in my life, I was thinking that was the man that God had sent to me. When it comes out that God's going to send one to me, I don't have to go looking for it. So me on those dating apps, swiping and swiping and swiping, and finally finding somebody who I think has like a heart like mine, and coming to find out that it's not that they're the most diabolical human being on this planet Earth, and they were sent to me to teach me a lesson. No, they taught it all right. They taught it very well. They taught it so well that I'm now having to recover from a situation that I didn't even realize was a situation. When you meet people in your life and they try to tear you down, instead of help you, but they use verbal, like they make you think that something's wrong with you because in reality, something is deeply wrong with them that they have to go to a person that is like pure, got a good heart and tear them down for their past mistakes. One thing about me is that I will never ever judge anybody. And I'm never ever 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 going to sit up and act like I'm better than anybody. I'm never going to sit up here and act like I haven't been through shit, that I haven't done diabolical shit. I've done everything. I'm everything they say I am. But you know what? I'm going to be better than who I was. So I don't need to prove anything to anybody. And I got into this thing with this guy where I was like proving myself. Like I can be this, what you want me to be. Because he was what I thought. Like I met this guy and he was like everything that I had always prayed for, you know. I'm sorry, I'm in my bed. But he was everything I prayed for. And when I tell you, sometimes God will send you something so similar to what you think you need. And it'll be so quick that you think that's what God had sent you. But in reality, it wasn't. Honestly, sometimes I think the devil be fucking with me. Excuse my French. I'm trying to learn how to stop cussing as much. But honestly, sometimes I think, oh man, this is not what God had sent for me. And the moment I see that, I need to go. I need to go. Because if I would have left in the moment that I knew that this man was not for me and not sent by God, I would not have went through the shit that I went through with him. Even though it was brief, it was still traumatic and still just awful. And I just hope that I never have to deal with that kind of stuff again. But then I'm also grateful that I did deal with it so I can learn from that mistake. And that's exactly what it was. A waste of money, a waste of time, and a waste of mistake. He don't even deserve a name for, you know how I typically will give like a nickname for somebody? We won't even give this motherfucker a name because that's how broken he is. And I don't even want to talk about him so much because he's the type of person that gets off on that kind of shit, on hurting women. And I can tell that. I could tell from the beginning when I met that man that he hated women. And I kept ignoring it. And I thought, well, maybe that's why I'm here. Maybe I'm supposed to show him who's different. I'm different. I'm different. I'm different. No, I'm not different. I'm not different than any other woman that you probably met. I'm not different than anybody else that you thought was this and that. And, you know, people have a way of playing with my mind. And I do sometimes give men too much control over me when I start liking them. And that is an issue that I have to deal with. And I will. And I have been. My thing is that I sometimes can't believe I get myself in these situations where I'm over here and I'm like, what is this? You know, why did I get myself into this? Like, what was I thinking in this moment? Like, sometimes I have to go through shit and learn from it without people telling me, oh, Brandy, this is bad. Because a lot of multiple people that I talked to and explained this situation to, they were like, you need to run. That's a red flag. That is fucked up. That's crazy. He said, what to you? Yeah, you need to go. But in my head, I was thinking, if I can just hold on a little tighter and show him not all women are the same. If I could just love him, if I could just do this for him, if I could just be this for him, if I could just be perfect for him, if I can just change and I was changing who the fuck I am for somebody who didn't even factor me in. I was changing who I am for somebody who didn't even give a shit about me for real. He spoke a lot, you know, about God to me. And I was like, and it kind of tricked my head to thinking, well, maybe this is a good guy because he's talking about God and he's saying all these things about God and he knows God very well. Maybe this is the type of love that I need. Maybe I need to be treated like shit so I can understand it because I've been treated like shit. No, I don't need to be treated like shit. I don't need to be degraded. I don't need to be called a whore. I don't need to be called bad names to get a lesson taught to me. I need somebody that is going to be kind to me and have patience with me. I can't be with somebody who is like the alpha male of all males and don't have no emotional intelligence at all. That literally sits around and thinks that all women are whores and the same and they don't do this. I want somebody that's kind to women. And it's just, you would think it'd be simple, but no. There's people out here that put on a show and make you think that they're good people. But then when you get down to deep to really know them, there's nothing good about them. Now, I might be a lot of things. Call me whatever you want. But one thing you can never say is that I'm not a good person and I don't have a good heart. And that's going to matter eventually. The good always wins. And that is the truth. So he had his own journey and he had his own intentions on treating me the way that he did. And he did. And I learned a very valuable lesson of that. Never, ever, ever, ever lose yourself in any situation. Now, there are some things you have to take accountability for and change, but you should not have to change everything about you to please one person. That person is just not your person. And what I'm out here looking for is the person God has for me. And sadly, I had to learn the hard way that this guy wasn't and wasn't ever going to be. And that'll be all I speak on him for the rest of my life, because I've already erased him out of my life. And I just spoke about it because it's something that's been going on the past month. And you think that you're healed from these situations, like all the narcissistic abuse I've dealt with in the past, all the abuse, all the trauma, all the everything. And then I go through all this shit and I'm like, oh my God, I'm so healed. What it is and I say this a million times, I wasn't healed. I just wasn't triggered. And this man triggered me big time. Triggered me. And I couldn't figure out why, but my entire body was literally shutting down when I talked to him. And I couldn't figure out why. Like, I couldn't sleep every time I talked to him. I couldn't do certain things. Like, nothing. Like, he was just not good for me. And it was my body warning me, like, this is not a healthy connection. You need to leave. You're not safe here. And I didn't listen. And sometimes I'm one of those people that has to learn my lessons on my own. And believe me, baby, I learned them. And sometimes it takes me a while. Sometimes I go back multiple times. Sometimes I spin the block. Sometimes I'm lonely. That will not be me anymore. It cannot be me anymore. God, I can't keep holding on to something God is trying to take out of my life. And I do that removal prayer once a week. I definitely do the removal prayer. And if you don't know what that is, look it up. It's where you ask God to remove anybody from your life that has ill intent towards you, that is not for you. Remove them from your life. And I'm not shitting y'all. When I did that on that last Sunday, I literally last Sunday did a removal prayer on this guy just to see, is this man for me, God? Yes or no? And within 2 days, I had not spoke to him again. Within 2 days, we had a blow up. He showed who he truly is, and I listened and I seen it. It's like God revealed it through my eyes. For months now, I have been going through shit, and I've been thinking that I've been getting signs of stuff when really it was God sending me signs and ways to go. Seeing people that I shouldn't be seeing. Talking to people I shouldn't be talking to. Every time that I go down a path, it's more deferring me from the person that God has me for. So I'm having a lot of belief in myself today, tomorrow, the next day, that I'm going to be better than who I was yesterday. And I'm going to be doing more things for me. I'm getting back into the podcast. Going to have this every Sunday. There's no reason why I shouldn't be recording every Sunday. That's what I should be doing. Just getting into myself, I'm meeting new people, meeting new friends. I'm enjoying this life. And as much as I had complained about being alone and all these things, now I love it. I love being able to go out, be, productive, talk and meet people and do things. But I love the serenity of coming to my own house that I pay for, of my own, that I work hard for. And I did this by myself. And I get here and I take it all in and I breathe it in and I'm like, this is exciting because I did this. And I don't give myself credit a lot. Sometimes when people give me credit, I feel bad about taking it. But I will on this. I'll pat myself on the back to say that I've done everything on my own. Nobody's helped me do anything. And nobody will. And I get up every day and I take care of the things I'm supposed to take care of. And I do the things I'm supposed to do. And sometimes I felt like that my brain needed somebody to talk to as a male. I needed that male attention, male validation. I don't need it. I've been abstinent 60 days today. 60 days. I've not been lustful. I've been reading the Bible, going to church every Sunday. I'm not doing this no more. I've gave my body more to men than I've ever received flowers. And I seen that somewhere. And it made me sad. In this past 4 years, I've only been on 2 dates. Two. The rest of it, I just entertained men that only wanted me for my body. And once they got my body, they didn't know what to do with it. Once they got my body, I thought, hey, they want my soul too. They never wanted my soul. They never wanted me. I was just somebody not setting boundaries around them, so they was able to come back and forth and use me. And every time they left, they took a piece of me. So how can I expect to be whole if I'm out here giving pieces of me to everybody? So I had to stop and think, what do I need to do? Okay, well, I need to stop giving access to me like I used to. Okay, that's done. No more access. No more dating apps. No more talking to men. It's not that I'm hating men. I just need to decenter men from my life. Meaning, I don't need to be chasing no man. It is not meant in this world for a woman to chase a man, ever. If you're chasing a man, aka you meet a man out of town and you fly to him without him paying, you're chasing. If you text him first and do all the texting and do all the planning and do all the things, he don't like you that much, you're chasing. There's nothing a woman needs to do. If a man is into her, he will be with her. There's nothing stopping it. That's as simple as that. You want to stop all your overthinking? You want to stop having anxiety? If that man wants you, he will come get you. And that is on everything. If a man truly cares about you, he will care if you tell him, hey, I'm sorry, what you said really hurt my feelings. And I don't like that. The proper rebuttal for that, a man should say, well, I'm sorry I hurt your feelings. That should be number one. I'm sorry I hurt your feelings. That's not my intent. And then explain where he was coming from in that comment. A man that degrades you, belittles you, says anything bad about you, talks about your body, says anything, they don't like you. They don't like women. They're gay, probably. And I've had my few share of those two in the past couple months. And I'm done. I'm done dealing with DL men. I'm done dealing with men who want to abuse and hit women, or I'm done dealing with men that want to just be very feminine and not take lead. So it's in my best interest, because I can be dominant. I can be a very dominant female. I can see that I'm very masculine. But I will, and I know this about me, I can be very submissive to the right man, and I have before. Mostly to the wrong ones. But I don't have a problem submitting to a man. But I need to see a man in front of me, baby. And if I'm paying for everything and I'm doing everything on my end and I'm trying to prove for me that I'm this for you, then I'm going to act like a man, because you're acting like a girl. And I shouldn't be proving shit to you. You are the man. You should be proving shit to me. It ain't in my vocabulary to chase anymore, baby. And I'm not going to. I don't need to. And I'm very confident in myself now. I see the greatness that I have in me. And if you don't see it, then move along. I'll find somebody that will. And that's my mindset I'll have. I'm not changing it anymore. And I may be back and forth a lot, but I have borderline personality disorder, so my shit, I rock my own shit sometimes. Sometimes I'm over here, sometimes I'm over there. I am multiple women in one. And I'm a lot to handle. And if you're looking for a peaceful, submissive, quiet broad, I'm not going to be that woman for you. You might as well go on. I am very complex. I have traumas. I have issues. I have things I have to deal with on a daily basis. One day I'm crying. One day I'm happy. One day I'm sad. I'm all these things wrapped up in one, and that's what makes me beautiful. Okay? I don't need to sit back and prove anything to anybody. I've been on this earth 41 years, and I've been through hell most of my life. And most of it's been incorporated by men. Yes, did I choose those men? Yes, I choose those men because of the product of my environment. Meaning, I grew up thinking that men were a certain way because they wasn't right. So it led me to believe and led me astray and led me down a road to men that wasn't right. Well, now that I'm 41 years old, I can see, almost 41 in July, I can see the disconnect now. I can see what a good man is, and my body will tell me. Sometimes it takes a minute for my heart, especially when God wraps it in a perfect little bow. Here you go, Brandy. Here's what you've been looking and praying for. You know, Brandy, here, when you've been praying for this, I'm going to take out 2, 3, 4, 5 things, but I'm going to leave like 2 or 3 important things that you really want, and I'm going to let you see that you should never settle. And I feel like that's what God's telling me. Don't settle, Brandy. Don't settle for something because it halfway meets your needs and the other half doesn't. Either it's going to be 100% or it's not going to be nothing, because I've already spent most of my life in relationships, long-term relationships, where I've done everything, did all the proving, did all the thing, and they still left me high and dry with nothing. I can't let that happen again, and I won't let that happen again. And if I became a fearful avoidant because of it, so be it, but I'm trying my best to get out of that situation. I don't mind having a healthy relationship, but I don't think that controlling somebody is healthy. I don't want to control them, and I definitely don't want to be controlled. I can't. I need somebody that's going to love me deeply and truly and actually know somebody, not just sleep with me. And out here, they'll lie to you. They'll make you believe that they like you. They'll make you believe there's going to be a future just to sleep with you. And they're probably doing it with multiple women, and they do that. And I'm not saying all men. I'm just saying the ones that I fucked with. There's nothing taking me back there again. I can't do it. I won't do it. They don't change. And if they do change, it's only going to change because it takes years to change those kind of behaviors. It's not going to happen overnight. And I just don't have time for that. I'm looking for my person now. Somebody who's kind to me, somebody who's good to me. But also, I'm not looking as in a sense of now I need it eagerly. I don't need it eagerly. God will send it to me when I'm supposed to have it. I'm going to put my head down. I'm going to focus on my book. I'm going to focus on my podcast. I'm going to go to the gym like I've been doing every day. I'm going to get up and I'm going to breathe even when it fucking hurts me. Because these things affect me. Getting to know somebody and caring about them, and then they abruptly leave my life, or I have to leave them, it affects me. It affects my heart. It affects my soul. It hurts me because I'm a caring person, so I'm always going to care about them. And people like that know it. And it hurts me even more when I have to go no contact and never speak to them again. But you know what? It's what's best for me. And sometimes I have to see that. Even when I don't want to. Even when I think, oh no, Brandy, just give somebody another chance. Everybody needs second chance. No. People show you who they are the first time around. Believe it. And that goes for me too. If I showed you that I wasn't this complex, if I showed you that I wasn't healthy at the time, if I showed you things, you need to leave me if I'm not meeting your needs as well. This ain't a biased one-side thing. If anybody ain't meeting your needs, give it up. Don't try to force them to be something they're not. Don't try to sit up and make them be what you want. Just go find somebody else. And see, the problem is we get wrapped up in sex. We end up having good sex. We end up being very lustful, and that blinds us. And then when the sex is faded out, we're stuck with somebody we don't even fucking like. And I just don't want that. I want it all, baby. And if I can't have it all, like I said before, I'll just be alone, because that's more better than dealing with the things that I have to deal with. Church was really good today. I felt like they were speaking to me. It was about basically, talking about having one foot in the door and one foot out. Like, you have to be fully in for Jesus. You can't just sit around and have one foot in and one foot out and think that everything's going to be okay. I've been one foot in and one foot out for the past 6 months before this past month, and I didn't do it. I don't want to do it anymore. I don't want to, and I'm not going to. So I'm going to lean more into my faith. I'm getting baptized on Mother's Day. I'm very excited about that. And I'm just happy, and I'm happy alone for the first time in a long time. I know I'll get on here crying, but I'm genuinely in a good place right now. I'm getting better. There's nobody distracting me. I'm doing good. I'm breathing. I'm sleeping good. I'm not sad. I don't have crippling anxiety. I don't want to kill myself. There's nothing going on right now, and I like that. I know that might seem scary to some people, where they can't be that utterly alone, and they have to get a fix of somebody to fill that void inside them because they didn't get it filled as a child. But I have to be alone right now. There's no choice. I cannot let another demon of a man come into my life and rock my world and my ego and make me feel like I'm nothing. Because I am something. Everybody's somebody. And if I would have not tried to hold on to something that God was literally trying to remove from me, I would have never went through the pain that I went through. And I believe that God brings people into your life that doesn't fit you, but does fit the ideal of you think that you want. And then when you finally get it and you realize they're shallow human beings. They're not who you you envisioned up in your head, they're not who you are. And when that realization comes and all that pain hits, that you realize this person really is more messed up than me and I've been through some shit. It's best to leave it. You can't fix everybody. The only people you can fix is yourself. And if somebody doesn't want to fix themselves, it's not your job to go and try to fix them or help them see the light. It isn't. It's time to let it go. I don't work for you and you don't work for me. And that's as simple as that. Now it's Sunday and I'm laying in bed and it's 6:08 p.m. and I'm debating if I want to go to sleep because I'm exhausted. Yesterday, me and Brandy, we went out. So my friend Brandy, she's lived a lot of places. She's lived in Savannah, Georgia. She's lived in Italy. She's traveled. She's done all this things. She's one of my single friends who is like just a beautiful person inside and out. And she does all these things and she does them for herself. And she's very healed because she was a super anxiously attached person and had her own traumas and stuff. And about once a month, we get together and we pick a place that we're going to do something. Last month, we went to Charleston, South Carolina. I had been traveling. I did finally get on a plane. We're not going to talk about that situation, but you guys, I got on a plane. Even though I got on a plane to go see a man, it doesn't matter how that ended. I got on a fucking plane and it was the most beautiful thing I had ever seen in my life. And I plan to fly more. I'm so excited about that. But yeah, I got on a plane by myself. Yep, I did. I got on a plane by myself and I had stared through the window the entire time and just seen the beauty that God created in it, and it was amazing to me and it was beautiful to me. I had never been on a plane in my entire life, ever. And I got on a plane. And then I went to North Carolina or whatever, and I didn't really see a lot there, of course. It wasn't like no romantic movie where you fly somewhere and that man takes you and does stuff. I don't have that kind of life. My time, 9 times out of 10, I just don't. But the good thing is I was on a flight, and that's what I look for. And now that's when I think about my first time flying, I don't associate that with a painful memory. I just associate it with I did it. I got on a flight for myself. Fuck it. And then me and Brandy was bored, and I was like, we should go to South Carolina. We should go to Charleston. Or let's go somewhere. And she was like, what about? And so we came up with Charleston. So we drove down there. We spent a day down there. And it kills me when I hear men say, I don't want a woman that's traveled all over the world, that's traveling, doing things. Why wouldn't you want an independent woman who decentered men? Like, when me and Brandy go places, men are never there. Men are never involved. Men are never around. We're not chasing a man. We're going and doing it for our own selves. And we went to Charleston, South Carolina. It was a little boring, like on some parts, because I'm so used to traveling with a man. But it wasn't like I had to get out of that mindset. And I was like, this beach is beautiful. And instead of thinking, I wish I was on a beach with a man and he was holding me, all that weird shit that, girls dream about, I just said, this is beautiful and I'm experiencing this. Oh my God, we're in a totally different state. We drove here. Like, it was just like, I never would have thought 10 years ago I'd be the woman I am. 10 years ago, I was in a house, miserable, sad. I had not experienced anything in life but raising kids and taking care of men. There was nothing I had experienced but that. I didn't ever experience flying. I would have never thought that myself, would have went on a trip by myself. And in the past, 4 years of being single, I've already drove myself alone down to Savannah, Georgia. And I've done visit Savannah, Georgia multiple times. You know what I'm saying? And then I go alone to North Carolina. And then me and Brandy go to South Carolina and Charleston. And now we're planning on going to Greece in the next couple years. And I really want to make a trip planned to the Grand Canyon. That's just something I want to do. And these are all things I'm going to do. Me and my kids. I don't have to have somebody to do it with. I wish I had somebody, and God will bring that person, like I said, but it's just been rare. It's like I feel myself getting happier, feeling the good feelings. And sometimes I think maybe this is what I'm supposed to be doing. So, like, from my past, I don't want to go back there anymore, and I won't be. I'm moving forward with my life, with my future, with the things that I want to do. And I'm just so grateful that I went through everything that I have to get to where I am today. All the bad men, all the men that I was toxic to, all the things that I've done bad, all the things that I've done good. Everything has led me to this moment, to these moments of moving forward. And I cannot wait to see what I become. And I just, I want to say that with the childhood I had, it was really hard to think that I deserved great things or good things. I really had that negative mindset most of my life and that victim mentality that I sat around and I thought, yeah, I don't deserve this and I don't deserve that and I was this and that. And anything that you put in your head, it's going to be true. I've learned now to start talking positive about myself, and that's what I'm going to do from here on. I'm going to have my days, I know. I'm going to do my things. But honestly, I love my life right now, and I love everything about it. I'm hoping that things are just looking brighter in the future for me. I'm not hoping they will be. And until next week. Also, I want to tell everybody, I really appreciate you guys tuning in and being consistent even when I'm inconsistent. And I know that y'all like the podcast. I get a lot of messages and support, and I really appreciate those. They lift me up, and I love them. And I love every one of my listeners that sit around and take the time to even listen to me. And the roller coaster of a ride, I'm trying to break it down for you guys. I'm trying. I know we love the drama, but mama needs a rest. And that's what I've been doing. I've been doing nothing but sleeping. I've been doing so good. Just trying to be better than what I was yesterday. And I'll leave this note with yourself. Make sure you hug your kids today. Tell them you love them. Remember, they're little human beings. You know? I didn't get hugged a lot as a child. I didn't get a lot of affirmative, positive things said to me as a child. I had to grow up really fast and had to grow up really fucked up. And we know, because went through the podcast together. There's still stuff I'm going to talk about later on about my mom. I know y'all love hearing my mom's stories and all that. And next week, it'll be that. But I just wanted to touch base and say I appreciate every one of y'all. Hug your children. Love them. Make sure you ask them how they're feeling. Because you never know. They're little humans. They need to express themselves as well. Y'all have a great day.